Okay, this demonstration is showing how to throw a lid for this teapot that has a gallery in it. So we measured the opening of the teapot, so we know that we need to have an opening, and the flange needs to be about that size. So we take a piece of clay and get it centered. This lid that I'm going to show you is really a very simple lid to make, and it's a good one for teapots because it has a low center of gravity, so it won't go flipping off when you pick up and pour your teapot.
How much you use like half of that.
Lydia, I noticed that when you're bringing it down, that you make it bend over a bit. Is that
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You knock it off center just a little bit, and then let up pressure so that it comes back onto center. You actually have to knock it off center to get it on center. I'll show you with the next thing I throw. I'll show you that exactly. All right, so this is going to be largely big enough in diameter for my lid. So what you're going to do is you're going to come out from the center a little bit, not right at the center. This is going to be the knob. So I'm coming out here a little bit and making a depression. And then I'm going to pull this part up. Level off the top. And at this point, I want to make sure, because this is the size I want the flange to be that's going to go down inside the teapot. So I want to make sure this part is a little bit, because this is going to be the flange here. So I want to make sure it's a little bit bigger than what I want, because I'm going to continue to throw a little bit. So I want to make sure I'm not making it too small. Because we can always trim away parts later, but it's hard to add back on. So always when you're throwing lids, have them a little bit larger in diameter than what you need. Okay, let's see if that's about the right size. Okay, that's good. So that's going to be my flange material right there. And then I'm going to bend over the lid here. I'm going to pull up the knob. Now it's important that you can get your hand in here to get to the knob, so don't make this part so small that you can't get your hand easily in there to get under the knob to pull it on and off. And then we want to go back to the teapot, and what we want to do here is measure, because we already got the diameter of the flange, which is going to go down in there. Now we want to get the diameter of this part to know how big to cut this is going to nestle right in there. No, because I don't need this first measurement anymore. So what I'm going to do is measure this part. And move my teapot over. Okay, so that's going to be the size of this. So you can see I have way too much clay, so I'm going to cut off some. Pull it out a little bit. Now, if you want to think ahead and think that when you're washing your teapot and drying it, if you want to turn it upside down so it drains, you probably want to make this knob same level or lower than this rim. Otherwise, it's just going to be sitting on the knob when you do that. So you can flatten this out a little bit. And if you want to think ahead for decorative purposes too, you can put a hole in the middle of your knob so that later you can fill that up with a real runny glaze and it'll crackle and look really nice in there. So I want to measure the outside, and that's just about perfect for right now, you guys, because what we don't want to do is make it too small. We can always trim a little bit of this later. So that's it. It's the world's easiest lid. And then you are going to come back later and cut away quite a lot of this. As a matter of fact, if you want to, you could take some of it off now. In part 3 or 4 of this video, you will see the trimming of this lid. There we go. Okay. So that's it. Any questions about that one?